Funny how Max Mayfield's nickname or code name in Stranger Things is Mad Max. I wonder if Sasek will ever join the Mad Max franchise. That would actually be a coincidence. Hey guys, this is Frozen Things Stews here, and welcome back to another movie review. And today, I am once again going to be doing another review of a franchise, review marathon of a franchise leading up to an upcoming movie. And I think you guys already know what it is for. Yes, guys, I'm preparing myself for Furiosa. I don't need to say how hyped I am for Furiosa. You already know it. And yeah, let's just get this right out of the way. So anyways, yeah, I'm here today to review the original Mad Max. So, Mad Max is the first installment in a franchise, that a long-running franchise, though not really, since there isn't really a lot of films in this franchise. And it came out in the year 1979, and it's directed by George Miller. This is his directorial debut for a film period. And it stars Mel Gibson, Joanne Samuel, Hugh Keys, Keys Bryan, Steve Bisley, Tom Burns, Roger Ward, Vincent Gale, Lisa, etc. Oh yeah, David Cameron too. And so the film tells a story taking place in a dystopian Australia in a new feature. Yeah, this film tells the story of a highway patrolman cruising the squalid back roads that have become the breeding ground of criminals foraging for gasoline and scraps. After some grisly events at the hands of a motorcycle gang, Max sets out across the barren wastelands in search of revenge. Man, I just read the plot here. But I guess that's pretty much the best summary I could give this film. Mad Max. Now, I'm sure you guys know how much I'm a fan of the new Mad Max. The new Mad Max movies. The modern day ones, particularly Fury Road. I have seen Fury Road a couple of times. Haven't rewatched Fury Road in a while, but I do know. Back in the 2010s, specifically towards the end of it, I've rewatched the movie multiple times. So yeah. Now when it comes to these old Mad Max movies, these old school Mad Max movies, I've only rewatched them. I only watched them once. I never rewatched them. I actually watched Mad Max Fury Road first before this. I saw Mad Max Fury Road for the first time in late 2015. I think specifically around the time when the movie came out on digital, I think. But I know for a fact it was towards the end of 2015. And then I decided to check out the old Mad Max films in 2016, in early 2016. After pretty much watching Mad Max Fury Road for a second time, because I love Mad Max Fury Road. It was actually one of my favorite movies of all time back then. Yeah, back when I watched this, I put this among my favorites. It wasn't my favorite movie in 2015 at that time, but you know what? I'll talk more about Fury Road later because this is the old Mad Max we're talking about right now. It does make sense actually because I'm just talking about my history with this movie that I only watched it once after Fury Road. And I liked it, but I was I liked it, but I didn't love it. But I wasn't really sure. But throughout the years, I didn't really think about what I really thought of this film. And so with Furiosa out, it was a perfect time for me to rewatch it. And what do I think of this movie? Man, honestly, it's gonna be kind of embarrassing for me to say this, but I don't like this movie. I'm sorry, but this movie did not age well. Now, yes, I really feel bad saying this, but I gotta be really honest with myself. I know, me giving an old film a negative review, I know I might get hate for this film, but, well, to be fair, usually me giving animated movies a bad review is what gets me a hate online, but I mean, if I'm not afraid to shit on animated films, then I'm not afraid to shit on... I don't hate this film. I don't think it's a bad movie by any means. It's just that it's not my cup of tea. But you know what? Let's talk positive about this film first. Let's talk about what exactly I liked about this film. first. Now, I will say this. When it comes to the technical aspects, it does hold up by a bit, I guess. The best thing about this film is easily George Miller's directing. In terms of this being his directorial debut, he did a really good job with his directing and his style. And I'd say, like what he said, it's the best part of the film. Yeah, it also had decent cinematography. The shots are like wow, but it is still shot very well. Also the sound effects and score are also pretty good as well. The action scenes, while nothing to write home about, are serviceable and they can be kind of fun at times. I guess. Although, yeah. Now let's get into what I wasn't a fan of this movie. Oh yeah, another positive though. Another positive I almost forgot. Mel Gibson was decent. I guess I kind of like Mel Gibson as Max. Although I will admit, Tom Hardy, he's no Tom Hardy. I think Tom Hardy is the best actor to play Mad Max, to play this character. Maybe I'm biased because Tom Hardy's Mad Max was in Fury Road, I guess, and Mel Gibson is the classic Mad Max, but I don't care. It's my opinion. But yeah, let's get into what I wasn't a fan of this movie. I did appreciate the writing and characters on first watch, but they were what did not age well to me. To me, yeah, they were what didn't age well. The story is inoffensive. I mean, it's a very simple story of Max just patrolling a highway and then trying to get rid of bike gangers. But here's the thing: it's so uninteresting, and also there's like so many things the movie wants to focus on, and it doesn't really help. Like you know, it there's barely any action in this one, and that's kind of the result of the plot feeling so unfocused. Yeah, I mean, it focuses on Max just patrolling a highway. I guess that's fine. I mean, Max trying to save his family from bike gang. I guess that's fine. But what really took away the plot for me is that a lot of times it focuses on Max's relationship with other people and his family. Like there's like this whole long sequence of Max just showing of the movie just showing Max and his relationship with his wife. And it's just man. And yes, I gotta admit, this movie is boring. Yeah, what a snooze fest of a movie this was. Yeah, it was just a bore fest. It's inoffensive, but I don't know, it's just a boring story. And not to mention, the characters are boring as well. Max is okay, I guess. I only like him because he's just memorable, because he's freaking Max. He's like the face of the franchise, but then again, he's not a character to write home about. The only reason you'd remember him is because the title is Mad Max. Max is the main title. Max is like the title of the movie, so that's why. And I guess Mel Gibson is also another reason why you remember Max. But all the other characters, like, they're so forgettable and boring. Just I can't even remember the names of any of the characters. Even the villain, who's like supposed to be like Immortan Joe, I guess, but is he actually Immortan Joe? I'm not even sure. Like, I didn't even see him in the cast list, so that's odd. But he's basically like a bald head villain, just like Immortan Joe or something, I guess. I don't know. But my biggest problem with the movie is the world it tries to build. Mad Max is supposed to be the Mad Max I know is a movie that takes place in the wasteland, but this one just feels like this one most of the time it takes place in this highway, which is probably the most uninteresting location for this movie, the most uninteresting setting, and this hometown, I guess, this town, which doesn't feel like the future. Yeah, if you want to make this movie take place in the future, at least make it feel like the future, but you don't really. It doesn't feel like it's in the future. Like, it feels so It feels like it's taking place in the present day, specifically the 70s when this movie took place. Yeah, and it just feels awful for this franchise. So overall, I do appreciate and respect Mad Max for what it's trying to do. It is a well-made film with great technical aspects and in a really good direction from George Miller. But this movie ultimately is just boring and forgettable. Maybe I'm missing the point of this movie. Maybe it's supposed to be like a highway movie and The Wasteland is just a sequel idea. But I mean, or maybe I'm just trying way too hard to give out good points, but I just don't like this movie because it's boring. I know many people just hate that criticism, like, oh, if you think a movie is boring, but then you have no good attention span because you're not paying attention. Yeah, I know. I don't like it when people actually don't like slow-paced movies, because they're just not paying attention. But this is just really unengaging, and this is just not engaging at all. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Let's hope the next Mad Max films age well. Well, I doubt Beyond Thunderdome will be good. If I don't like this one, I'm sure I don't like Beyond Thunderdome either. But let's hope I actually like Mad Max, The Road Warrior. So with that said, I'm going to give the original Mad Max a 2.5 stars out of 5. So also for my review of Mad Max, what are your thoughts on the film? Do you think this movie is a masterpiece? Or do you agree with me that Mad Max is overrated and one of the weaker films in the franchise? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my review on Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior. Bye, guys.